So you run an Airbnb or a vacation rental, and you have guests that are checking out today, and you have new guests that are coming in tonight. So between the time these guys leave and these guys come in, you have what's called turnover service. That is where you're going to turn over the place and get it ready for the new guests. So you wash all the linens, you wipe everything down, you do all the restocking of the coffee bar and all those things. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. And there are hosts in busy seasons that turn their properties 2, 3, 4 times a week. So if you are a host and you are frustrated and a little bit overwhelmed and you're thinking about outsourcing some of your cleaning, there are lots of questions. Who do you find? Where do you go? How much do you pay? We're going to answer those questions today. The co-owner of Speed Cleaning is joining us. And not only is she the co-owner, but she is an icon in the cleaning industry. This woman has done more for the house cleaning industry than probably any other person single-handedly. She created the foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that sends out house cleaners to homes where there are people that are undergoing cancer treatments. And they offer these free cleanings as kind of a charitable donation. She's an author. She runs Facebook groups. She's a podcaster. She does all these amazing things, and she's a developmental coach for other house cleaning business owners who want to grow and expand their businesses. So this is an amazing woman who has done so much for the cleaning industry. Please help me welcome the amazing, the one and only Debbie Sardone. And I'm super excited that she's joining us today because we're going to talk about one of the funnest topics ever, and that's how do you do turnover service for an Airbnb. All right, so suppose you're a host and you've just decided that cleaning 3 and 4 times a week is beyond your priorities anymore and you need to outsource that. Where do you go to find a house cleaner that can do the same kind of job that you do as the host? Because your ratings and reviews are dependent on it.
Well, first of all, only deal with a professional company because once you're having your Airbnb cleaned for your guests, there's so much liability involved on your part. So deal with a pro. Don't find a cleaner based on price alone. Find a cleaner based on professionalism. Talk to each individual company in your area and make sure that you have confidence that they're insured, they're bonded, that they provide training for their employees and thorough background screens, and they know what they're doing in terms of using products that won't damage the floors or damage the surfaces. So work with a professional cleaning company only. Do not take risks with your reputation and your revenue.
As an Airbnb host, you find yourself sometime in a situation where even if you're hiring a professional company to come do your cleaning, there's this moment of, ugh, what if they don't do it the way that I do it? Because your ratings and reviews are dependent on that. How do you bridge that gap of just hiring a company and training them to do it your way?
I have found that communication is the key to almost every problem that you've got to solve. So in most cases, communication is what's missing. So you may find a professional cleaning company that knows how to clean, they use the right products, they have a good reputation, but they don't understand staging. They do not understand the finishing touches. So if you will communicate exactly how you like the pillows to stand up at attention on the bed, exactly how you like the cloth napkins with napkin rings placed with the dishes on a stage table, and you want to make crystal clear that they're never crooked or out of place. It's staging. If you want the toilet paper folded into a V, all of this must be communicated to the professional cleaning company. You can make it simple by creating a list, or you can make it simple by creating a video, and you share that video with any new professional cleaning service that you hire.
All right. So, Debbie, in the house cleaning industry, we have a certain standard that we try to provide our customers at every single cleaning. But in the Airbnb industry, it's a little bit different in the sense that all of the cleaning is based on ratings and reviews. When people come and stay, they have an experience. So, even the ambient lighting and the cleaning, everything is kind of like upped a little bit. So, how, as an Airbnb host, do you find a house cleaner, even though they may have good house cleaning reviews? How do you find a house cleaner that matches your Airbnb or vacation rental reviews so that they don't lose that business because the standard did not meet their standard?
Well, it starts with the host understanding that the cost of a bad review can be thousands of dollars in lost revenue. And so shopping for a professional cleaner based on price alone could literally cost you thousands more than the hundred or so savings that you received. So do not start with price alone. Take price off the table and look for a professional that is experienced at Airbnb cleaning and has good reviews themselves, but is also teachable and willing to communicate. If you cannot communicate with them, if you cannot tell them the frustrations you've had in the past, and they clearly write them down and follow a plan to avoid them, then shop for someone else. But don't hire a professional based on price alone.
That is fantastic. And I think one of the helpful things to add to that is if house cleaners will actually read the Airbnb reviews because they know what customers then are looking for and they can help participate and they can help contribute to help the host as a co-host almost to build those ratings and reviews so that they have a continued job, if you will.
That is outstanding. And I'll take it a step further. As a host, take matters into your own hands. Don't leave matters to chance. So if you have found certain reviews really trigger your guests, print those off. Have those in a little communication notebook and give those to the company you've hired and highlight those 4 or 5. It's usually not a dozen complaints. It generally is the same 3, 4, or 5 complaints that can be mastered by the next service you hired by being proactive, printing out those comments, and making crystal clear that the continuation of the relationship is based on nailing these primary needs of your guests.
That's so awesome. Thank you. Now, I know that you have a whole line of cleaning supplies that you sell. And I know many of them are great for Airbnbs for not only the professional that's cleaning it, but also for the host and then also for the guests. Can you share with us a little bit about those cleaning supplies that you recommend for the Airbnbs?
Absolutely. At speedcleaning.com, we have an entire line of non toxic, eco friendly cleaning products that are safe but tough on grime that can be used in those Airbnb cleanings, but can also be left behind for the guests to use. And the reason why I like these is you don't have to worry that they'll damage a specific surface like granite countertops or marble floors or wood floors. So they're safe on surfaces, but even more importantly, they're safe around pets and people because you don't know if your guests are going to be careless with the cleaning products that you've left behind for their own use. So take matters into your own hands regarding safety. And that's why I love the speed cleaning products for Airbnb.
Alrighty, my friends, and that is Debbie Sardone. Isn't this amazing? And I'm going to leave links in the show notes to all of the speed cleaning products that she just talked about because I want you to give them a try. There are so many different products on the market, and these are some that really deserve your attention.